No guys, this is not a freaking drill. A One Punch Man trailer has just dropped today, confirming that season 3 actually has some animation behind it. And on top of that, we finally get a studio release for the season. You guys don't know how damn excited I am to hear this news this morning. Like, my friend sent me the link to the trailer and I literally thought he was trolling me.
We do a little trolling.
And even after watching the trailer, I still can't believe that this is real. Like, it's been what, like 5 years now, guys, since season 2 came out. And since then, we have been itching for some kind of anime news, and here we have it. So the trailer itself covers the mini fight between Garo and Bug God and Royal Ripper. And let me just say right now that the animation looks so clean. The OST sounds even better in my opinion, and we all know as One Punch Man fans that the OST is very important alongside the animation. It's part of what made season 1 iconic, was its amazing OST. And what's really cool is that as we're seeing this fight between Garo, Bug God, and Royal Ripper, we're getting this monologue from Dr. Genius, and it's actually the conversation between him and Zombie Man where he explains the limiter and the fact that Saitama had removed his. What I think is super exciting about this trailer though is that the whole thing seems to be revolving around hyping up Saitama versus Garo, because after we get the cool animation, there's some text that pops up on the screen that says ultimate strength versus absolute fear. Ultimate strength of course being Saitama and absolute fear of course being Garo, which I found kind of surprising. I mean, maybe they're throwing this in just to kind of build more hype amongst the fan base, but if they're saying this as to say that this is going to happen in season 3, the fight between Saitama and Garo, then that means there must be a big lineup of episodes coming for this season. At least that's the best case scenario, because if we still get 12 episodes and expect to have the entire Monster Association arc covered, then we're gonna have some problems. But that actually brings me to the second biggest piece of news here, which is that we actually have the studio that's creating the anime confirmed here as well, and that's apparently JC Staff. Now the name JC Staff might ring a lot of fear in you, considering that they were responsible for season 2, and season 2 of the anime was much less well received than the first season. Honestly, it's kind of universally disliked by the fan base. I personally never had a huge problem with season 2, but I will admit that, you know, season 2 did definitely take a step back in animation versus the first one. But we also got to remember that they had very little time to complete that season. I want to say they only had like 3-4 months to complete the entirety of season 2, which is not nearly enough time. So although season 2 might have had the potential to be really good animation wise, they just didn't have enough time to do it. But seeing as how One Punch Man season 3 has been in production or in the works for a very long time now, I don't think they're gonna have that excuse this time. And honestly, they really showed out with this trailer here. The animation looks absolutely beautiful. It looks nothing like season 2, to be honest. And it seems that they might have taken the criticisms for season 2 to heart and kind of used it for this season and built upon the mistakes they might have made, and hopefully don't have as much of a time constraint as they did before. I mean, promotional trailers usually look different than the actual like released version of the anime when it actually comes out. Promotional trailers are usually made completely separate from the anime sometimes, meaning just because we see this scene with Garo fighting Royal Ripper and Bug God doesn't mean that everything up until that point's already animated or anything after that. For all we know, this might be the only bit of animation that they have made in general, and they just made it to put out this trailer to, you know, give the fan base some hype, because again, we've been itching for news for quite some time now. I mean, it's been over what, like a year and a half now since the first announcement for season 3 was made, and it has been complete radio silence since then. So considering the fact that at the end of the trailer they don't have an official date announced, it's still saying that it's in production, says to me that season 3 is probably still well underway. My guess is that it's nowhere near being completed, which, hey, you know what, I'm totally fine with that. I mean, I wasn't anticipating season 3 to be coming out this year anyway. This might be an unpopular opinion, but honestly, if they need to take a whole nother year to get it done, then by all means do it if it means that they get season 3 right. Because for all of you that are manga readers, you know that season 3 is going to be a major season with a ton of action, a ton of exposition, and a ton of huge character moments, so they need to get it right. Maybe we can give them a pass on season 2 because it didn't have that much like relevant and important content. Well, it did, but you know what I mean. It didn't include the Monster Association stuff for the most part. It was pretty much just Garo going through his initial journey to become the absolute evil. So if JC Staff can nail this one, they will be forgiven for season 2 without a freaking doubt. I guess like my only complaint with this trailer is that I wish we would have gotten a shot of Saitama here, like at least a shot from behind or something, just to kind of get a somewhat of a good look at what he's gonna look like animated. But hey, you know what? I'm totally happy with what we got today. I did not expect us getting a trailer this soon. After One Punch Man failed to make any type of announcements or gain any stages stages at the most recent anime events. I kind of threw in the towel for this year and figured that, oh, okay, maybe next year we'll get some news. Maybe next year at some point we'll actually get the season. But with this trailer, even though we haven't gotten a date yet, I still kind of anticipate the next season to come out probably like summer of next year. If we get a surprise, maybe the beginning of next year, like early January or something. I mean, if you take anything away from this video, take away some excitement, because this is a good day to be a One Punch Man fan, guys. We finally have a trailer for the third season. It looks pretty damn good, making it seem like the studio that kind of fudged up season 2 is going to redeem themselves this time. Don't harp too much on the fact that the same studio that's doing season 2 is doing season 3. Let's have full optimism here, guys. Let's have full optimism in the comments, please. We need this one for sure. I mean, as soon as I got the news, I literally ran over to my computer, and I'm recording this right now. Like, I'm still holding my sleeping infant daughter in my hand. So if you guys hear some cooing in the background, that's why. I was like in the middle of putting her to sleep, and then I got this news, so I just had to come record this. But yeah, that's all we know for One Punch Man as of right now. Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. I'll definitely be keeping you guys updated with news as soon as I find out. Have an absolutely wonderful day. I know I am because of this news. Enjoy your afternoon, evening, morning, whatever, and I'll see you guys in the next video.